Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about how the Japanese central bank may be set to use Quant. So, in a fantastic thread of tweets provided by Sanel on Twitter, he provided details surrounding how the Central Bank of Japan may be set to use Quant's innovations, especially its MLT stablecoin, in developments surrounding CBDCs within the nation. So, the initial tweet provided by Sanel went into details surrounding the powerhouse Japan is in terms of finance, where 4 of the largest banks in Japan make up the top 15 banks in the world. And this is coupled with Japan already being at the center of other developments around the world, especially surrounding railway developments, gaming, and electric organizations. So the points put forward by Sanel in the following tweets is in reference to a white paper published by the Central Bank of Japan, where the white paper discussed details surrounding its DC-JPY stablecoin, where the DC-JPY stablecoin is set to be at the center of developments surrounding finance within Japan, especially in terms of CBDC activities, where the DC-JPY stablecoin is set to be a means of enabling the interconversion between varying CBDCs around the world. So the initial point put forward by Sanel detailed the potential link Quant could have with the Japanese central bank and the DC-JPY stablecoin, where within the white paper, the paper referenced to the intrinsic qualities attached to its DC-JPY stablecoin, where the DC-JPY stablecoin is geared towards enabling the interconversion between assets, be it fiat or a physical good, into a digital asset, where DC-JPY will be the underlying stablecoin which will facilitate this interconversion, where the paper mentioned to the ability for DC-JPY to mint and burn an asset into a digital representation of a given good or asset. So the minting and burning mechanism associated with the DC-JPY stablecoin is actually similar to the function of Quant's MLT stablecoin, whereas detailed by the Quant team, MLT stablecoin is geared towards providing the ability to convert a given asset into a digital representation of such assets in a similar form to the DC-JPY stablecoin. So the similar nature surrounding MLT and the DC-JPY stablecoin may be an indicative feature which may indicate how Quant's innovations, including MLT, is at the center of development surrounding stablecoin developments within Japan. So again, this is the first point put forward by Sanel. So another point put forward by the white paper published by the Japanese central bank includes the central bank detailing the need for cross-chain interoperability, especially between private DLT networks, and how future networks, especially CBDC networks, will need to have some degree of interoperability. So the points put forward by the Japanese central bank was actually echoed in a tweet provided by the Quant CEO Gilbert Verdian, where he detailed the importance of cross-chain interoperability, especially when CBDCs are rolled out onto the open market. And he also mentioned to how Quant's multi-ledger token stablecoin is equipped with a number of features which makes it cross-chain compatible, where the stablecoin isn't limited to a single DLT network and can be leveraged and connected to varying other networks on the marketplace. So when CBDCs are rolled out onto the open market, and when there's a growing need to interconvert CBDCs or potentially convert a given good into a digital representation, Quant's MLT stablecoin could be a viable candidate to conduct such activities. So again, this could point to another reason as to why the Japanese central bank may turn to the likes of Quant's MLT stablecoin, especially in terms of CBDC developments and also in enabling the interconversion of a given good into a digital representation of such good. So the benefits provided by Quant's MLT stablecoin is actually limited to Quant, where the benefits provided by MLTs is actually patent pending. So if the patent is registered, this could mean that Quant could be the only offering and fintech organization which provides this desired characteristic. So this is a diagrammatic representation of the need for cross-chain interoperability and how the likes of MLT could be actively leveraged in mechanisms surrounding the minting and burning of a given good into a digital representation of such good. So again, another reason as to why the Japanese central bank may turn to the likes of Quant over other developments on the marketplace. So Quant CEO Gilbert Verdian has actually mentioned to Japan's DC-JPY stablecoin in a number of articles which have been published on the Quant website, where in a discussion surrounding CBDC developments and how stablecoins, especially private issue stablecoins, will become extremely important, especially in enabling the cross conversion between CBDCs, The article pointed to the DCJPY stablecoin and how the stablecoin again is centered around improving cross-chain interoperability and could improve the ability for funds to be transferred between varying banking institutions, and in terms of facilitating and improving CBDC activities when they are rolled out across the open market. So another potential link Quant has with the Japanese central bank is a private conversation the Quant CEO Gilbert Verdian had in regards to the need for the direct incorporation of ODAT protocols into Japan's DCJPY stablecoin infrastructure, where ODAT protocols, including Quant's overledger, could be directly incorporated into financial frameworks which occur within Japan, where Quant's overledger ODAT protocol, which is again centered around providing connectivity between DLT networks and legacy systems and between DLTs, could be an encompassing technology which sees the likes of the Japanese central bank turning to. So this is the message provided by the Quant CEO, where he directly mentioned to the DCJPY stablecoin. So the benefits provided by Quant's offerings in MOT and overledger could be at the center of developments involving financial activities which arise within Japan or are already occurring in Japan, especially in terms of the DCJPY stablecoin. So with the common characteristics associated with both the DCJPY stablecoin and MOT, this could indicate how the Central Bank of Japan may take on the benefits provided by Quant's offerings. So the points put forward in this video aren't definitive points which indicate how Quant is being used by the Japanese central bank. However, there are definitive links that point to a number of partnerships Quant is actively involved in, where Quant's innovations, including its overledger protocol, is openly used by banks in mainland Europe, where Quant's overledger has been directly incorporated into the CNNet Chain initiative, which sees the connectivity of blockchain infrastructure and DLT networks associated with 580 banks in Europe, where these banks take on the benefits provided by overledger to enable the active ability for datasets on these networks to communicate, and datasets on these networks being able to be exchanged in an efficient manner. And this is coupled with one of the large cloud storage software organizations, Oracle, directly taking on the benefits provided by overledger as a means of enabling, again, the direct communication between blockchain offerings it has on its platform. So the number of partnership Quant has with a number of esteemed organizations around the world is extremely bullish for QNT token holders, as such organizations wishing to implement and use Quant's offerings, especially overledger or MOT, will mean that such organizations will have to purchase QNT as a form of licensing fees. And this is coupled with QNT being the underlying crypto which enables the active validation of transactions which arise through overledger. So when transactions arise through overledger, be it the transferring of datasets between one blockchain to another blockchain or the interconversion of a given asset into a digital asset, these actions will be facilitated and validated through QNT. So the utility surrounding QNT both encompasses licensing fees and gas. So with the number of developments Quant is actively involved in, especially surrounding finance, Quant could be at the centre of a number of developments within the financial sphere for years to come. And with the loose links Quant has with the Central Bank of Japan, especially surrounding its DCJPY stablecoin, Quant could also be at the centre of developments involving financial developments in Japan. What are your thoughts on Quant? Do you think the Central Bank of Japan should use Quant? Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching, Crypto Clan. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click on the notification bell. Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.